All right, what do we got here? Just a couple of dads ready for some adventure.
Making it happen.
Here we go. This is the weekend I turned 40 years old. So I got together with my pal Bryan and we decided to head west for a couple of days. We cruised on down to Edmonds, bypassed all the ferry traffic, and joined a group of fancy Ducati riders on the dock. We snagged a little coffee and a burrito while we waited for the boat, then proceeded to load with the Italian biker gang. One of the coolest things about the Washington ferry system is bikes get to load and unload first with a front row seat. It was a beautiful morning with a nice little cloud cover to keep things cool. We departed Kingston, snagged some gas, rolled through Port Gamble, and kept heading west. Everything seems hazy. Is there some place for safety I can go? It's easy to get used to crossing the Hood Canal Bridge, but it really is quite a spectacle. The mountains, the water, and thankfully in this moment, the lack of traffic. I found a cool route from Quilcene to Squim that was all back roads going over Bon John Pass. It's part of a bigger route that loops around the whole national park that I'm hoping to do another time. Less than half of the roads were paved and the rest was compact dirt and super fun. We weren't the only ones on the route that day, but for being a Saturday, it was actually pretty mellow.
Just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I could go?
The red light is blinking.
That means it's filming, so now
oh, okay.
Run away to your escape. Run away, you're never too far to run. Run away to your escape. Run away.
Don't you just love the sound of a KLR? Me too. And here's a few portraits of Bryan before he went down. You know what I think it is it's the spring that looks like it might have broke, because it's like, normally it was like that, right? Nothing, an old Crescent wrench might not be able to work. In the end, it was just a bent shift lever, and Bryan was able to use some math and some muscle to bend it back into shape. Yeah. We packed up the tools, got back on the road, and found a cool campground along the river.
Oh, there is a campground.
By that time, Bryan was in need for a quick stretch. That concluded the adventure route for the day, and we were back on Highway 101 headed towards Port Angeles. Once we got to town, we found a sweet little Mexican spot where the food was delicious and the Pepsis were on point. I charged up the action cam, and it was time to find a place to sleep for the night. We first rolled into Salt Creek Campground, but they were full and didn't allow any fires. So we headed down to Crescent Beach RV Park, which is just a mile down the road and one of my favorite places to surf. That's the Strait of Juan de Fuca, which is water flowing in from the Pacific Ocean. Canada's just on the other side.
Oh shit, it's still recording.
Alright, fun day of riding. We made it to Salt Creek Crescent Beach Campground. It's windy. We are camped in an RV site in the tent. That's cool. It's beautiful out. Right on the Strait of Juan de Fuca. All in all, a good day. Bryan has brought his machete to chop wood. I've never seen wood chopping with a machete. I've only used a hatchet. That is amazing.
It's kind of wet wood, but it'll get you there.
You know what it makes me want? Is a coconut.
Oh, yeah, dude. A little agua pipa?
Yeah, you have a future if that doing doesn't work out for a little a pipa chopper. That conversation made me thirsty, but we settled for s'mores topped with Reese's peanut butter cups and watched a very pink sunset.
There's like bigger logs on.
And this is what August can look like in Washington.
But it was like, if I was going to do it, I want to eat oatmeal with it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Nice little evening at Crescent. All packed up. Gonna hit the road. Gonna do a little dirt. Maybe grab a little breakfast. And then send Mr. Cockle away on the ferry and see where the rest of the day takes me. I remember a few years ago seeing a group of adventure riders cruising on this road while I was camping with my family and thinking, damn, I'd like to do that. And now, I am. This road never gets old. We decided to cruise along Lake Crescent, which added some miles, but also some super dope views. Washington is pretty amazing. We decided to make Bryan's trip back a bit more fun, so we took a shorter adventure route back to Quilcene before sending him on his way. all good things have to come to an end. Mr. Cockle's headed back home. Wishing you safe travels. We're gonna push on maybe for one more night. Drive safe, buddy.
Dude, it's been the best, man. It's been fucking packed.
Nice and dusty. I just had a little lunch at Quillbilly's Cafe in Quillacene. I think I'm gonna head up to Deer Park and check out that campground. So back on the trail, back to the 101, all the way to Port Angeles. It's another hour and 40 minutes, but I think I'm gonna give it a shot. So at this point, I honestly kind of just wanted to go home. But tomorrow was my 40th birthday, and I felt like I should wake up in a tent instead of my bed. So I decided to push myself and see what happened. The road up to Deer Park starts as a 2-lane twisty, then goes down to a 1-lane twisty, and eventually some real twisty dirt. You're in the trees for the first few miles and then start popping out to some amazing views of the Olympics. Man, the road to Deer Park is insane. When I reached the campground, I was blown away. So many cool spots with great views and lots of space. Honestly, one of the coolest campgrounds I've ever been to. I happened to catch a local up there just hanging around, and he gave me a bunch of history about the spot, which was super cool. Apparently there was a pretty big fire in the recent years which changed the landscape up there quite a bit.
Holy shit! This is absurd!
To make this place even better, you can keep driving up past the campground, where there's a parking lot with some even better views. Alright, so I made it to Deer Park. This place is insane. 360-degree view of just mountains and water and trees. It's wild. Look at that. Look at my hair. The road was super fun. It's like a 1-lane gravel with a bunch of washout. So it's, I can't imagine it's very fun when it's wet, but wow, unbelievable up here. I'm gonna try to find a little campsite down low and see what happens, but highly recommend. So this is pretty cool. There's these bunk houses up here with beds, you know, like bed frames you can throw your air mattress on. I guess they were built a long time ago for people to get out of the weather before waterproof tents. Pretty cool. Here's another little bunkhouse. And my squeaky boots. More views. All right, we landed on site 5. Look at the view. This is my campsite. I'm gonna put the tent right there. And then I'm gonna have that view right there. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Camp is set up. And it's just party of one. Me. I look like I'm on Survivor. So we are at deer camp, and as you can see, right behind me is an actual deer. True story. There he is. Or she, or they, I don't know, maybe them. As I was unpacking my sleeping bag, I heard another bike roll up. It was a Canadian guy by the name of Kevin, who happened to be celebrating his 50th birthday on a solo bike mission down to Oregon and back up to BC. We decided to be neighbors and watch the sunset together. I know, how romantic. Nobody up here. At the top of Deer Park for sunset, met a fellow rider over there, Kevin. He's on the Honda 300, and we were watching that behind us. Pretty good. This is where it gets all mushy. To think if I decided to go home and miss all of this. The conversations I had with Kevin, the views, the riding, all of it. I mean, look at these pictures. This was one of the best sunsets I'd ever seen, and I couldn't have planned a better way to celebrate 40 years of being alive. To wake up at age 40 in my tent with views of the mountains and deer walking through my camp couldn't have been planned better. I rode up the mountain just after sunrise and enjoyed views all to myself and felt an enormous amount of gratitude. I found a rock, took a seat, and let the sun shine on my 40-year-old cheeks. Happy birthday to me.